What's up, wrestling fans? It's Joe Cronin for the Joe Cronin Show. Guys, what's going on? Roman Reigns, bam, here we go again. Tons of botches going on. Oh, wait, that's my other video from earlier. Tons of botches and stuff going on. But this type of stuff drives us nuts, right? This type of stuff makes us upset, makes us mad at WWE. So I just wanted to declare that they got something wrong again, because this is absolutely ridiculous. Check this out. This is coming out of Smackdown. It's basically just another lapse or ridiculous oversight by the writers, creative, continuity. I seriously think WWE needs like 3 continuity writers. They need somebody who knows like WWE for the last like 30 years. They need somebody who knows the WWE for the last 10 years. And then they need somebody who knows the WWE for the last year. And then they need someone that knows WWE week to week and just whatever. They need like 4 or 5 content people or continuity people. Because check this out. This week's SmackDown, that's right, this week's SmackDown, WWE Heavyweight Champion Roman Reigns mentioned in his opening promo that Triple H hadn't been seen anywhere since the beatdown at TLC. But guess what? As we all know, Triple H appeared on NXT TakeOver London. In fact, Triple H even commented about how he wouldn't miss this for the world. Even though he received a beating, it wouldn't be his last. Well, usually I let this stuff pass. I don't dwell on a lot of these little goofy continuity things. I don't get too crazy. I write it off as it's wrestling and whatever. You know, especially if it's more than like a year ago, I can let things slide. But this is ridiculous. Now, did Roman Reigns just misspeak? And if that's the case, that's not the creative's fault. It's not the continuity's people's fault. That's just Roman Reigns forgetting or missing a step. Or, you know, and again, I don't want to criticize it if it was Reigns coming up with it on his own, because I've been advocating that these wrestlers be able to ad-lib. And if this is what comes out of Roman because he's ad-libbing, then I take it back and that's Roman's fault. But just based off half the shit that he says, none of it seems like ad-libbing. It always seems like it's some kind of BS that was written on a script and fed to him. And that's why half the time I think they screw up, because there's just too much shit they got to remember that's ridiculous that they have to say, do, etc., etc., etc. That's the problem. Let these guys go. Let these wrestlers cut a promo. Okay, sure, it's not the Attitude Era. Shawn Michaels isn't running around simulating a BJ in front of the audience. You know, it's not PG-13 or whatever. It's not TV-14. You know, but you can still allow the wrestler to speak for himself rather than whatever. Give them bullet points, okay? I don't know, like you could give me bullet points on anything. Like you could say like, hey, this is what's going on. And do it. You know what I mean? I don't know what to do. Give me a bullet point on something, just go out there and talk about it. You know, make sure you say you hate him, make sure you say you're gonna end him, and then you're going to be the champion. And you do that about anything. You'd be like, paper, here's a bill. Here's a bill. Joe, go out there, make sure you say you hate the bill, make sure you say why you're going to beat the bill, and make sure you promote it and you're going to be champion. And you just go out there and you'd be like, you know something, I'm in the back and I'm looking at this piece of paper and he thinks he can beat me, but I'm looking around the edges and I see cracks. And you see, the fact that you leave yourself that vulnerable, and I can see those cracks, those crinkles, those creases in the paper, that's an easy game we're going to play. Because this Sunday, when I get you one-on-one at the Royal Rumble piece of paper, oh, by God, I'm going to rip you into pieces. Because all your flaws are going to be obvious. I'm not even going to have to think about what I'm going to have to do to you. All I'm going to have to do is execute. And when it comes to execution, you can throw Bret Hart out the window, because Joe Cronin is flawless. So this Sunday, I'm going to take your title, paper, and then I'm going to bury you back where you came from, in the dirt. With all the other fallen tree branches, other fallen tree leaves. I hate the damn rainforest, and I'm glad that you came from those tree leaves. I'm glad they formed you into an imperfect piece of paper that I'm going to expose this Sunday. There you go. I don't know what the hell I just did, but it's whatever. I don't know what the hell I just said, but go out there, yell at the paper, you're going to be champion. Sure, there's more complicated crap than that. That was very generic friggin' whatever the hell I just did. There could be all kinds of different storylines going on that you have to relate to or bring up points about or hit key, and it's a little more complicated than what I just did too, no doubt about it. But you can go, man. You can get that thing done. You don't have to have a paper of script. It's funny I picked paper because that's where the script is written for these people, on a piece of paper. A full script that how's anybody supposed to remember? And if they do remember it, they got to remember so much that they're worrying about acting while remembering it. It's ridiculous. And it's gone to ridiculous lengths, WWE. That's my opinion. Goddamn Vince McMahon had to save the show the other day. Everyone thinks it's Vince's fault that this shit's going on. Ironically, if it is, and I don't know if it's Vince's fault, damn it. All I know is, fucking goddamn it, I love Vince McMahon. But you know what? I don't know if it's Vince's fault or not. But if it is Vince's fault, the way that everything is going, which you would think it would be since he's the one in charge, and Triple H and NXT is doing really well for me. Well, if Vince is screwing all this stuff up everywhere, but then puts himself on the TV and is the one that saves it, that's hilarious. Literally, the guy that is causing all the problems saves it. You know, Star Wars is coming out tomorrow night, or actually it came out tonight for those people that saw it. But Star Wars is actually coming out. I'm going to see it tomorrow on Friday night. And Star Wars Episode 6. Spoiler alert, this is not the new movie that's coming out. I'm spoiling the old movies. If you haven't seen Episode 6, the old movie, from back in the day, I don't know why you haven't, so this shouldn't be a spoiler to almost anybody who's anybody. But Darth Vader redeems himself at the end of that thing. And all you can think is, damn, Darth Vader's been the one that caused all this shit to go wrong. He killed everyone. He screwed up the Jedi. He's going after everybody. He's cutting off Luke's hand, all this stuff. And he's with the Emperor. And then he redeems himself or whatever. Well, that was like with Vince showing up the other night. We've been having mass chaos for the last year. Everything has seemingly sucked for the most part. And then the guy who apparently is responsible for the whole damn thing sucking comes out there and saves the fucking show. But I got news for you. I don't think he's walking through the door every week. And how come Vince could write Vince really well, but all this other stuff doesn't come off right? I don't understand. I would kill to be in WWE for like a couple weeks to find out what the hell's going on. I'd probably end up like CM Punk, like flipping out and leaving, because it just seems absurd to me. I don't know what's going on. But I love the WWE. Don't get me wrong, all this bitch and moan, and goddamn, I'll watch every week. But most of the reason why I watch every week is because I do this show. I'm telling you, if I didn't do this show, I'd be out. I'd be watching WrestleMania every year like I always have, and probably maybe SummerSlam, and then that'd be it. I'd check in on a couple Raws. I'd probably say, goddamn, this is just as bad as I thought it was. I'll turn this off now. There's been a couple times in my WWE life that I've done that. One of them was right before the Attitude Era began. I was like, man, I'm out of here. Plus, I think I moved. I had a big move from New Hampshire to Boston as a kid, and I kind of went through a little rough patch there. We didn't have cable for a while, so I did miss on some WWE then. But I remember one of my uncles got me all the VHS tapes. In fact, I didn't see WrestleMania 10 live, I don't think. But my uncle, like a month later, got me the VHS of WrestleMania 10, and then I got to see it. And I think I'd stayed spoiler-free, except for some reason I figured out that Shawn Michaels got stuck in the ropes and lost. And I don't remember why. Probably because I tuned in like Saturday morning, whatever the hell it was. Superstars, or maybe it was Raw. I don't know. But man, I don't know. Man, you sure, I thought you had potatoes down there. But it turns out all you got is tater tots. Believe that. Kill me. Give us Roman Reigns destroying. We should be getting like Roman Reigns as Brock Lesnar is what you should be getting. I'm still pissed off, though. They still should have turned him heel. It would have made way more sense for him to be heel. I'm so mad about it. Guys, can you do me a favor? Click that like button right now. Share this video. Comment on it. Do everything you can. Man, what else is in the news? I don't know. The WWE news. Probably more ridiculous stuff. Wade Barrett. What happened to him? Did he get injured? He's gone. Oh, Roman Reigns got his side plates for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Hold on, I got a photo of it from WWE's Twitter account, which I believe probably is linked to their Instagram as well, I would think. Roman Reigns side plates. Roman Pains, as I call him. Roman seems like such a nice guy, but I just want to kill myself. There's the belt right there. Of course, I just made a song about Sasha Banks in my last video, if you want to go back and check that out. Look at that belt. Nice and shiny. What else we got? All right, what else we got for the news here? Kane could be returning to Monday Night Raw. Who cares? Wouldn't it be funny if Daniel Bryan came back and they were like, well, you know, we don't know how hard you can go yet, so let's put you back. He tag teams with Kane again. Wouldn't that be weird? Take on the New Day. I'm so sick of the Daniel Bryan talk. It's almost turned into like the Sting talk. When's Sting going to come to the WWE? Thank God we got that and we got it over with now. Because I can't take this Daniel Bryan talk, though, man. I need the Royal Rumble to happen so I know. Because if he's not at the Rumble, it's over. You know, it's done. Everything's out the window. But if Daniel Bryan does come back at the Rumble, then he's got to win it. I want to see Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. I absolutely want to see that. Imagine if Bryan won at WrestleMania against Reigns, though. Roman Reigns has 2 WrestleMania losses. That'd be weird. That'd be really hard for WWE to do that, I think. But I swear to you, if it's Cena versus Roman Reigns and it's one of those, like, gotta know, new school, old school deals, it's amazing that we've spanned another whole, like, generation of years in the WWE. Like, to me, I gotta be honest with you guys, to me, Triple H versus Cena at WrestleMania 22 is still new. Like, that still feels like that's not that old. You know? Like, Jericho, Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania seems like that was still kind of new. It's so weird how, like, the years go by. It's just unbelievable to me. Like, WrestleMania 22 is not a new, like, you know what I mean? Like, an old WrestleMania to me is like WrestleMania 6 or 7 or 8 or 9, 10, you know? And then WrestleMania 14 was that Attitude Era time, so that always seems fresh in my mind. And then, so WrestleMania, everything after that, like 17, 18, 19, they all seem, I don't know, I just can't believe it's been that much time. And never mind WrestleMania 22. Man, we're going to be 10 years removed from WrestleMania 22 when Triple H essentially sort of passed the torch to John Cena. And I broke stuff in my house that night. I was so mad that Cena won. But that being said, 10 years later, Cena passing the torch to Roman Reigns, I could see the WWE doing that. I will probably attempt to asphyxiate myself live on YouTube if it's John Cena versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Because I won't give a damn. So that will disappoint the hell out of me. Because I literally won't care. Who cares who wins? I'm not going to root for Roman to beat Cena, which is what I think WWE would hope for. Like, everyone's so sick of Cena, you could have these two faces and put over Reigns, and then all the fans will chant for Roman because they're sick of Cena. And then you've completed it, you know? But I wouldn't. I would be very disappointed, disgusted. I certainly wouldn't buy it on pay-per-view. I mean, I've already got the network. But every WrestleMania, I don't watch it on the network because the network, the frame rate sucks on the network compared to pay-per-view. If you order it on pay-per-view and cable, it's not a matter of your connection being good or whatever. The WWE network is incapable of hitting the frame rate and the HD that the cable box can on a pay-per-view event. It's absolutely impossible. You put them side by side, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It's actually unbelievable. So the network's fine too. I love the network. Can you believe how good it is for $9.99? It's unbelievable. But for WrestleMania, I ordered it on pay-per-view because I want to see it that well. I just love it in that HD, crisp, high frame rate. So, but I'll tell you what, if it's Cena versus Roman, forget it. I'll just watch it on the network because it's not worth it. It's absolutely not worth it then. I'll drive myself nuts. Absolutely bonkers, batshit nuts. I know I will too. I'll go crazy. Man, I don't know. I gotta believe that the WWE, what the deal is, there's a lot to go on here. There's a lot they have to think about. There's a lot of shit that they got to think about and do. We don't understand looking in on the other side of it. I understand that. I understand I'm just some stupid bastard with a microphone talking to you guys. And I appreciate you guys for being here and listening to this crap, but I'll tell you, I just want to know what they're thinking. I want to know who's on the table. I can't stop thinking about it. And of course, I don't want to be spoiled and know things, but I want to have some idea of people. Daniel Bryan coming back. Who's Lesnar going to face? Is Lesnar going to win the Rumble? We haven't seen Lesnar in a while. So this is the type of thing where, man, it'd be amazing if he comes out and wins that Rumble. You got Cena. You got Lesnar. What if Daniel Bryan comes back? Dean Ambrose. Bray Wyatt. Who's going to win the Royal Rumble? Obviously, I think you want to do a career match of Bray Wyatt and Undertaker. And I think that's the way to send The Undertaker off into the sunset. But maybe that's not it. Maybe Undertaker's not done yet. I would think he would be in his home state, Dallas, Texas, big-ass WrestleMania. For all we know, Roman Reigns and Cena could be the WWE Championship match that happens earlier in the night. And Undertaker Bray Wyatt or Undertaker whoever could be the last match. And that could be how WrestleMania ends. I'm really bummed out that I don't get to see Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Brock Lesnar. I mean, if WWE told me WrestleMania was going to be $300 on pay-per-view and not on the network, and they said Stone Cold was going to wrestle Brock Lesnar, take my goddamn money. $300. I give it up for that. You damn right, son. Because I whoop his ass. Justin. I don't know. But no, I really would. I would absolutely give that kind of money. That's crazy. And maybe I wouldn't. I mean, I'm going to have a third kid on the way here. And, I didn't exactly make it in radio. I'm on YouTube here, but that's okay. Everything is going well. It's a Merry Christmas to everybody. It's December 18th, 2015. Christmas is almost here. If you're not a Christian, I'm sorry that you have to suffer through all this shit and not get any presents. If I wasn't Christian, I'm not Christian actually, so this doesn't even make any sense. I'm not Christian myself. My kids aren't even baptized. But fuck, I'll hand presents, I'm all in, Put the baby Jesus out just because. I don't believe in any of this shit. I do believe in a little bit. I don't know. I believe that there's somebody out there. I pray to Sasha Banks. That's who I pray to. I pray to the Lord, Sasha Banks, the boss. The boss brings it, baby. She brings the wrestling. She brings the style. She brings them glasses. Follow me on Twitter at Joe Cronin Show if you can. Damn, Sasha Banks is hot. God, I love Mercedes. God, I love her. So damn much. I'd love to be in the ring with Sasha. I mean, not to be creepy. I just love to wrestle her. Just because she looks like, it would be like, oh, fun. That sounds creepy any way you say it, I guess. But you know what I mean. Damn it. Plus Snoop Dogg, Jim Ross blogged about Roman Reigns turning heel recently. This is interesting. He talks about Enzo Amore and Cass. I really thought they should have won the titles the other night. I'm surprised about that. He says they can be equally as successful their tag match versus Dawson and Wilder was enjoyable to watch. Enzo definitely has it, says Jim Ross. Vince McMahon return. He said the return of Vince to Raw was imperative to TV ratings rising. I know he's not overly crazy about being on TV any longer, but a short run providing rubs to other talent who need it is good business. Short haul, yes, but definitely necessary, even if McMahon's only focus is Roman Reigns. Too many stories water them all down. What was this initial thing, the whole point of this? Roman Reigns heel turn. Okay, it says, even though I'm not predicting it, Reigns suddenly aligning himself with the Authority would be a massive shocker and cast an entire new, long-lasting light on the WWE Champion, who needs to adopt the Dirty Harry philosophy of speaking less and not more. I agree with that. The more Roman Reigns talks, the more I go, what the fuck? But when he just beats the shit out of people, you're like, yeah! And then he talks again, and you go, what the fuck? Roman doesn't need to be a Stone Cold or Rock remake, but instead allow the natural personality to be put on display organically. Reigns was great on the WWE 2K video games symposium, simply being himself. I'd suggest trying that, plus Roman becoming more invested in the creation of his own verbiage. I agree with that as well. I've seen Roman Reigns, this is me talking now, this is end quotes. I've seen Roman Reigns on talk shows, on radio shows, and God, I love listening to him. I like listening to him. He's so likable when he's just talking. But when you give him a script, I don't believe a damn thing he says. But when he just goes out there and talks, it's great. Now back to what Ross was saying. Much more is contained. They're talking about more in the whole thing if you go to listen to his podcast. And that's really all they say here. I took that snippet where you can hear Jim Ross on his own podcast, or JR's Barbecue. JR'sBarbecue.com. That's JRSBARBQ.com. And of course, that's provided by Wrestling Inc. So, what do you guys think about that news? What do you think about what JR says? I think JR is on point with everything we've been saying over here. Unbelievable. Why can't they figure some of this stuff out? I'll never know. I have no idea what in the world is going on over there at WWE. I absolutely have no freaking clue. Why some things can be done so well and other things just bomb. Ridiculously bomb. But why Vince McMahon can come out and save the damn show that apparently he's ruining. If that's true. I don't know what to believe anymore. I don't know what is real in the WWE. I don't know what they're thinking. I know that Raw the other night was more exciting than anything that's been going on the last few months. But I'm worried that the next few Raws are going to go right back to piss. But they've done something. That's all I can say. I know JD from New York freaking out. I'm pretty much in agreement with JD, except for I've got this little tiny bit of optimism that makes me go, well, at least, I don't know. My name is Joe Cronin. This is the Joe Cronin Show. Hope you guys can watch my other videos. I suggest you watch Out of Nowhere with me and JD from New York. We just did 2 hours live taking your phone calls, talking about the state of the WWE and everything that's wrestling, Monday Night Raw, NXT London, all that stuff. Check out this video. Get more of me right here on the Joe Cronin Show. It's coming up on the top right of your screen right now. It's popping up on the right. Click that button. Click that button. Go watch that video now. We'll see you next time. My name is Joe Cronin. Follow me on Twitter at Joe Cronin Show. Declare